spreading lies, who are character assassinating, who intend to harm, are seen as exactly what they are. Again, they didn't put a gun to your head, but they did something else with the same intentions. Testing, testing. I hope everyone's having a good day, or as good a day as possible. And I'm going to start this off with saying today's video is going to be about the danger and the dangerous effects of character assassination. This video is going to be a little bit more serious today. So we're going to start this off with the definition of character assassination. The deliberate, malicious, and sustained effort to destroy an individual's reputation, credibility, and public standing through slander, rumors, or distorted facts. And just a plus, we're going to throw in the definition of slander. Slander is the act of making false, spoken statements that damage a person's reputation or character. It is a form of defamation, and common examples are lying about someone committing a crime, lying about someone having an affair, or lying about someone having a disease, and etc., etc. And if anyone's suffering from this right now, if it meets the legal definition of defamation, you can sue or take legal action against them if you didn't know that already. But yeah, defamation of character, slander, character assassination are all similar things, but they all tie in together. And it's very serious, and it can have really damaging effects. So let's get into this. It can start off on small to really large scales. For one, let's say a rumor is being spread in school. It's not really, it could be malicious, but more so petty, and it can damage how your school experience and stuff is, but it's not that serious. Another higher rank on the scale would be being lied on at work. That could affect your job, your livelihood, your finances, the way you live. That's more of a big deal, and let's say even a bigger deal is, let's say you have a court case or something going on legally and you're being lied on in court, and that's going to affect your freedom, your stability, everything that pertains to your life, and it's really serious. And it's so bad, and it can be so horrible that I don't even know really where to start on talking about the damaging effects, because it can affect every aspect of your life. Let's say your job and your finances, if being lied on at work is getting you in trouble and affecting you when you didn't do anything wrong, it can put so much shame on you when you didn't deserve the shame because you didn't actually do anything and a story was formed against you. Or let's say at school, you don't want to go to school, you don't want to show up, you don't want to do good in school, you don't want to work towards your grades because you just want to run and hide because people are saying horrible things about you, making you out to be this horrible person, and it's not true. Or let's say you did have some flaws or you did do some things wrong and it's being blown out of proportion, as if we're not all human and we make mistakes. Let's say it's nothing crazy or detrimental or seriously harmful for anyone, and it's being made out to be a huge deal when it isn't, and it's brought up repetitively and constantly being burned into people's minds. So they see you a certain type of way, and when they see you a certain type of way, they treat you a certain type of way, and it can really mess with your head if that's not how you deserve to be treated, because what happened wasn't true. Well, what they said wasn't true, or what happened wasn't that big of a deal to be treated so horribly. So let's talk about school. You may not want to go to school, you don't want to do what you have to do, you don't want to put in that work, you just really want to hide, you want to avoid school, you want to stay away from all the drama that's being created around you that you didn't deserve because it's too much. It can weigh on your mental health, your grades. Say if you're in high school, it's going to affect your future in college. If you're avoiding school and avoiding work, you're not working on your future because you're trying to run from the chaos being created around you. That's an issue. And let's say work. Your finances are dwindling. You can't build up savings. You're having issues paying bills because you're missing days of work. Your mental health is going down the drain. You feel horrible. Mind you, it's not deserved. It's not fair. And it's not right. And people are attacking you verbally, sometimes blatantly, sometimes secretly. But it's always public. It's always in front of other people, to other people, and that leads to them treating you a certain type of way, which isn't right or isn't fair. Especially if they're lying and saying things that aren't true to make you seem a type of way, or if they're exaggerating things, making small mistakes humongous and dragging them out over and over and over and over again. It can affect your finances, your mental health, even your physical health. Being stressed out and anxious all the time can kill you. Stress kills, and it can have a damaging effect on your body and cause illnesses to pop up and take over. It can literally make you sick. And honestly, health is wealth. Health is more important than anything. You can get all the money in the world, but what does it matter if you're too sick to enjoy anything? You can't go on a cruise. You can't do this. You can't do that because you're sick. Your health is important. And being lied on and written off as one thing that's a lie or extreme and out of pocket, it's damaging. And to that point, illnesses could eventually kill you. Your mental health going down the drain. Sometimes people get suicidal and they're being put in situations where they're made out to be this horrible, evil, wicked thing, and that's not true. And nobody would believe them because they're constantly being lied on, and they're being people that lied on them are having people side with them and believe them and go against you as well. And if you're not mentally strong, it's hard to handle that. Now understand that they're not right, and some of them have been lied to, and they don't care to know that they've been lied to. They're just loyal to the liar. It's hard to deal with. And a lot of people that aren't mentally strong can't handle that. They can't handle having groups of people attack them. They can't handle it. And that leads to suicide, maybe trying to cope with toxic methods. It can push people over the edge. And sometimes that's the point. Sometimes it's on a small scale, it's just petty and mean-spirited, but sometimes it's deliberate and meant to push people over the edge. And let's say this was like for a court case, you're being lied on, and someone tries to make you seem like you did something bad that you didn't do. And they're putting your freedom in jeopardy to maybe cover up something that they did, maybe make you look horrible so they don't have to take accountability for things that they did. And things were switched around, manipulated. They lied and got people to help them lie to make you look bad and seem a type of way. And not only will this affect your mental health, your physical health, your stability, but your freedom. Like completely uprooting someone's life. And it's more than just gossip. It's more than just gossip. When it gets to this point of really trying to ruin someone's life, it could be, I don't know how to say this. Let me see. As bad as murder. Because to be honest, you can push someone over the edge like that. You really can. And I'm going to give a small example. 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why. When they pushed that girl over the edge and she committed suicide. And it was supposed to be gossip. It was supposed to be funny. She was supposed to be the butt of the joke. But at some point it wasn't funny anymore. And this is where it gets really sickening because it's a lack of empathy. Because a lot of the people that do this cannot handle something like that happening to them. And it's horrible. It's horrible. It's a wicked, wicked, nasty thing. And I don't think a lot of them expected her to do that. But in some of these cases, some people want you to do that, push you over the edge. And they didn't put a gun to your head. They used another way. Character assassination is a horrible, horrible, wicked thing. And I feel like there are a lot of people who get gathered up to help the main attacker, whether they're like their friends, close circles, or just bystanders that get pulled in to help and co-sign what they're saying. And to all of you people who don't want blood on your hands for trying to push people to the edge, intentionally or unintentionally, that can still happen. You need to look at yourself and really look at the situation and see what's true. Is it true? Is it factual? Dissect lies and dissect what they're saying versus what you see with your own two eyes, because they can lie to you and paint a perfect picture. But if you go and look at that person for yourself, check that person out for yourself, that can be the total opposite of who and what they are. And you would have been a part of helping assassinate that person's character, destroying their life and pushing them over the edge when they didn't deserve it. And you helped, and you had blood on your hands. And people need to get really careful with what they co-sign and what they support and what they back up. Even if you're loyal to the person, I don't care if that's your family. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. And doing evil things like that to people and helping them do it, you're a part of it too. You got blood on your hands too. And all you had to do was take a look at the situation, take a look deeper, and not just jumping into situations and thinking they said they're horrible, so they must be horrible. That's not always true. And people lie to get their way. Let's give another example. Let's say it's at school and it's over a boy or a girl, and they make you look bad and talk horrible stuff about you and spread all these rumors about you to get the attention of a boy. And that was for them to benefit, so they can take that person from you. Meanwhile, you didn't deserve to have your life ruined because they wanted a boy. Another example, at work, they wanted a promotion. You were getting close to a promotion, and they slandered you, ran your name to the dirt. Any little mistakes, they blew it up humongous. And not only did they disqualify you for the promotion, they're trying to push you to get fired when you just want to take care of yourself, handle your business, and handle your bills. Take care of yourself, make sure you're not drowning in this crazy world and whatever's going on right now. It's wicked and it's evil. And let's say it's a court case and they did something horrible and they want to benefit by making you look worse and blaming you, saying it was your fault, and they're manipulating evidence and details and getting people to lie for them and twist stories. And let's say they go to jail. And let's say they're not equipped to be in jail and they get hurt, killed, something happens to them. And it's like there's consequences for your behavior and what you do. You can't just say all these wicked things and manipulate stories and attack people's lives with character assassination and expect everything to be okay. And I feel like a lot of people get away with this, with pushing people over the edge. But I know in some cases they can't push people over the edge. There are some people that are mentally strong and can handle the truth of people coming against them over something wrong and still standing in what's right to them and still being able to move forward with their life and picking up all the pieces after someone tried to destroy them, destroy everything about them, and be able to move on. But not everyone is that strong. And it's a very, very dangerous game, very evil thing to do. And I do not recommend that to anyone, because not only can you be sued for that, I feel like there's other consequences that come with that as well. Even guilt. The guilt of something bad happening to someone. Maybe you just had a petty vendetta, but it really went far. Farther than you thought. And it was worse than you thought. And something happened to that person. Now you have that blood on your hands. But there are some people who are wicked. You know, you have your narcs, your sociopaths and psychopaths that don't give a damn if they hurt people. And that's okay. Because in my personal opinion, I feel like justice happens regardless. If not now, years later, justice happens and people get theirs, regardless if they believe it or not. And my point of making this video is to just bring light on the fact that this does happen. People get lied on and stories get spun about them on small scales to big scales. And it can really cause damage. Serious damage. Putting lives in jeopardy. Pushing people over the edge. Making people suicidal. It's an issue. And not only is it an issue, it creates more issues for other people that were dragged into the issue with attackers convincing them to join in and amplify what they're saying and what they're doing. Some people are innocent, some people are not. Some people go in innocent and leave with blood on their hands. And you are part of something evil and freaking horrible. And to be wary of who you listen to and who you trust and what you do. Just because someone says, this person is this and that, help me do this to them. Be careful. Because they could be lying. You don't know. Unless you dig and you find out information and you know. And let's say somebody might actually be horrible. Let's say they aren't character assassinating. Some things are not your place. Some things is not up to you to do to go attack that person, harass that person, because you still have blood on your hands. But a lot of the times, they're not what they're made out to be. They're not. They don't deserve that. And yeah, this is a wicked thing. A wicked, wicked thing that I feel like needs to be talked about more. And people need to be more careful about what they co-sign and what they're part of. Because not everything is always as it seems. You can be lied to, you can be tricked, you can be manipulated and baited. And some decisions have permanent consequences. So be careful. Be very, very careful. And for my people who are going through character assassination, I would say to stay strong when nobody really wants to hear that. When you're staying strong during something that's not fair, it's not right. But I would say stay strong and hold on and keep doing what you need to do and keep being yourself. Because the truth always outlasts the lies. It does. If you're not doing anything wrong, and it's clear that you're not doing anything wrong and you're doing things upright, eventually the lies aren't going to stick. They're not going to stick. And what usually ends up happening is if you can withstand your stance throughout the slander and the character assassination, people start to look at the attackers sideways. You said this. You told me that. But that didn't happen. This isn't what's happening. You lied. And then things start to turn back upright. And the people who are spreading lies, who are character assassinating, who intend to harm, are seen as exactly what they are. Again, they didn't put a gun to your head, but they did something else with the same intentions. And I just wanted to bring awareness to this and talk about this because it's important. And it's a problem, one of the many problems that need to be addressed in this world. And that people can be more aware of and more careful with, whether it's co-signing this, being a part of this, watching this. Be careful, because people will deceive you. Even the people closest to you, they know you love them and you would do anything for them, and they will use that against you to do something wicked. So always trust your own eyes and your own intuition and what you see. Not even just intuition, facts that you see. This person is as bad as you say they are. And you want me to ride or die for you to do this to them. No. No. I don't know if you could tell. I'm getting upset. I hate this kind of thing, and I really hate injustice. And this is a form of injustice that happens a lot. And people like to go with the main story, the most promoted story, but that's not always true. Like they say, you can't always believe what you see in media. And you can't always believe what you see. Sometimes you're going to have to dig deeper. Sometimes the truth is a little bit more hidden. You can't just take everything at face value. And I feel like this is going to be a hard lesson that some people have to learn. I think I'm going to leave that at that. Have a good one.